Banter Bits.
Hey, and welcome to a little thing we call Banter Bits.
Banter Bit.
Bitter banter?
Banter. Wait, did I just get the name wrong?
Bitter Banter.
Bit.
No, Banter Bit.
Banter Bit.
Welcome to the first Banter Bit that we've done in
Racoons
ages.
age.
Wait, I'm not wearing my headphones. That's
How old is a
part of
coon?
the problem.
How old do they grow to?
A coon? I don't know. I should have had my Google turned on. Could have
Okay,
asked it.
Google. How old do raccoons live till?
According to Wikipedia, although captive raccoons have been known to live over 20 years, their life expectancy in the wild is only 1.8 to 3.1 years.
Wow.
Really?
That's not very long.
No. Well,
I
it's
guess
a
you-
dangerous life.
I guess so.
Trying to cross
Digging through
highways and
digging through trash and stuff. And
yeah, automobiles.
yeah.
Anyway, so now we have to ask the question, has it been a wild coon's age or has it been a domesticated coon's age?
I don't know.
True enough.
Oh, I know.
Well, we are coming at you right after the Google event, which I have to say I'm kind of excited about.
I'm glad you showed up for it.
Yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff being shown there.
Yeah, so we thought we would just record some of our impressions, and so let's just go around the room. Ryan, what did you think?
Overall, I thought it was really well done. You know, I liked the few shots at Apple they threw in there. That was kind of cool.
Yes, of course.
I'm excited about the new Google Home Mini. I'm probably going to order one later today. Ranges, doesn't range. It's $79 Canadian, which is nice. Available in the store now. They also have a new Google Home speaker, which competes with the Apple HomePod.
Right.
Sounds really, really good in the video. Has a lot of the same features as the HomePod, but it's a little bit more expensive. So
Yeah, I figured for sure that would be the first thing you'd be ordering.
no, I don't have $400.
No?
Not for that.
Alrighty.
No. $79 I can handle because I can just throw it in my bedroom. But other than that, you know, the rest of it was all kind of the visual stuff. You know, the Daydream View, the Pixel phones.
Yeah, the Pixel phone. You know, I made a snide comment when we were live tweeting about. Hey, did you know that this camera actually can act as a phone too? Because they spent more time going on about the camera on the thing than they did about the phone, I think. But yeah, pretty slick camera system built into that thing, and pretty sweet phone as well.
So the question is, are you going to upgrade your Pixel?
No,
No?
well, not yet.
Not yet.
Okay, well let's just go over point by point the major announcements and then just chat real quickly about each of them. So let's start with the Google Home Mini that was announced, which is essentially, it looks like it's a competitor to the Amazon
Echo Dot.
So it's a very small sort of a puck, about the size of a small puck, and it's retailing for $49 US.
Yeah.
79 Canadian.
Which I don't know. Is that a competing price point
It
between the Echo Dot? What's the Echo Dot worth?
I think it's the same. I think it's like 45.
So yeah. It's virtually pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Looks to do everything that the regular home can do.
Mm-hmm.
Comes in 3 colors. They very much went on about how you could incorporate it into your home decor.
Well, and think about it. You could put one in your kitchen counter and have it read out recipes to you. You could have it beside your bed as your alarm clock or as your regular just information entertainment system. You could have multiples throughout your house and have whole house audio.
Yeah, and that's really what they sort of really kept coming back to, is that you could have one in every room, and
you can do that with the Echoes too.
Well, you know, here's the thing. The thing about all these, the Google ecosystem in general, Google Assistant is really what is making it such a powerful tool.
Yep.
Absolutely. Now, there was one thing they were talking about with the Google Assistant that I wasn't aware of before. I did not know that it would recognize different people's voices and deliver content to them based on who they are.
Yeah, I can set up different profiles in my Google Home app.
That's really cool.
And so Linda could actually say, call Steve, and it would call her contact Steve, not my contact Steve.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
pretty slick.
Or call mom,
Yeah.
and it knows whose mom
Right.
to call. Let's talk. They talked a lot about improvements to home automation, which is near and dear to the accessibility topic.
Yep.
Some of the new features that are being included, and they talked to Nest, which I guess they're very big in home automation.
Well, Google bought Nest
Oh, did they? Okay.
a number of years ago. Yeah.
So some pretty slick stuff there. Again, the closer we get to a smart home where everything can be automated, there's some serious accessibility implications there.
The only issues that I've kind of heard from other podcasters who have done the home automation thing with, a Google Home or an Amazon Echo, is if your Wi-Fi goes down, your security system goes down,
That's a good point.
right? So
Good
now your
point.
house isn't armed, it's not being monitored. So what happens then? You can't remotely access it because you've got no internet.
Right.
So they need some sort of backup system,
I suppose.
or
yeah.
I guess you can call your neighbor and
Redundancy
say, "Go
system.
restart my router."
But I mean, really, you'd be back in the same boat that you were in without
You would.
any of the home automation anyways, which
Yeah.
we assume that you've survived for many, many years without being able, without Google being able to make your coffee in the morning.
But everybody's getting into that, right? Smart locks and
It-
smart doorbells and
Yeah, absolutely.
smart
But
thermostats.
in terms of the mainstream, it's gimmicky. I joked and I tweeted that all this home automation stuff would allow me to get up out of bed without actually getting up out of bed, because I can do everything from bed. I can just make coffee. I can turn the thermostat on.
right.
I can start the shower.
Yeah.
As long as you can access your email,
Watch your
you're good.
Netflix.
Yeah, I mean, who needs to get up anymore?
Mm-hmm.
They just need to build a robot that will go to work for me, and then.
Exactly.
But no. So for the mainstream, it's a little gimmicky. But again, for somebody who is living with a disability, this level of home automation could really have some implications. Even this idea of the video doorbell,
Yep.
right? Where video doorbell with facial recognition. So somebody who's blind, somebody comes to the door, the system would actually be able to tell them who's at the door.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, that's huge.
Yep. That's
So-
definitely a big deal.
So that's pretty exciting. Let's see, what else did they talk about? So the home minis. Okay, well, let's talk real quickly again about Google Lens, because I really feel like Google Lens is the other piece of AT potential here.
I think it's going to be a massive competitor to the Seeing AI app that's on Apple devices.
Oh, absolutely.
It's going to object recognition, probably OCR, just the videos they showed, it's pretty exciting.
Well, and especially when it's paired with, again, the Google Assistant. The Google Assistant is the foundation that all this stuff is based on, that makes it so useful. Because if you can literally take a picture of something and it's using, the Google ecosystem to answer your questions about it, or tell you what it is, or give you, any information that you want on it, that's really what is going to make it way more powerful than any sort of, Seeing Eye app.
Yep. It's going to be interesting to actually get it. Steve will get it before I do because he's got a Pixel. So we'll have to experiment with it once it comes
Absolutely.
They announced the Google Home Max,
out.
which is basically a Google Home with, a really powerful speaker.
It's the HomePod competitor.
It is the HomePod competitor. In fact, I forget what they called their spatial awareness technology, but it's virtually the same thing as the HomePod's using. So, so they're catching up with Apple on that.
We got to get you purchasing some Google products.
After this, I'm jazzed. Like I was like, I actually now really want a Google Home now.
Go get one. You can get one today at Best Buy.
And no, but it's okay,
well, it'll
whatever.
be the old one, but
And then what else? They're
they're earbuds.
Oh
Their
yeah,
earbuds
okay.
are cool.
Let's talk about the Pixel Buds.
Pixel Buds.
Yeah. That translation demo was really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I tweeted out like basically the Star Trek Universal Translator is here.
But that's
It's
nothing
arrived.
new because Skype's done it for the last year. You can have a one-on-one conversation with somebody in another country speaking their language, and Skype translates it on the fly. So
I have not played with that. I've
Yep.
not
Yeah, I
tested that out.
didn't even know that.
I didn't know that either. Are you sure about that?
100% sure.
But I mean, the thing is with these wireless earbuds,
Yes. You're not tied to a PC.
You're not. You can
Yeah.
be out on vacation somewhere and actually interact with people and be able to translate on the fly.
Well, think about, if you're in another country or trying to order a meal, you could talk to your server and they'd be able to understand you. You can understand them. That eliminates that whole language barrier.
In another country, think of this country.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
going to the Chinese restaurant or
Yeah.
the authentic Chinese restaurant where the staff all speak Chinese.
That's true.
Or going to Quebec.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You get outside of Montreal and suddenly there's people out there who only speak French or only willing to speak French sometimes. But
Yeah.
I mean,
Available at the push of a button.
yeah, that's slick.
But we also can't understate the potential, the fact that Google Assistant is built into these things
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
as well. So you could have them in and you could answer your phone
Yep.
right from the earbuds. You don't have to pull your phone out. You could text. You could tell it to look something up. You could.
You could be sitting on a bus and your Google Maps could be telling you where you're going and the directions.
That's right. So huge mobility implications there.
Did you have a heart attack? You okay?
No, I'm good. I'm just
All of a sudden
thinking-
his brain
I was
just
waiting
shut
for
off.
someone. I thought one of you was going to jump in and agree with me or do something. I was giving you some space. You
It was a weird spot for a space.
it was
It wasn't a weird spot for a space.
It was. You go back when you edit it. You
Whatever.
go back and listen. It's like
Fine.
you just stopped. All of a sudden, you were talking.
All right, fine.
Got some aspirin 81s
know-
upstairs.
Yeah, right. No, what I thought was interesting too, and I couldn't exactly tell from the pictures that they had, but it looked like there's like a fabric loop at the top of the earbuds.
Yeah, I wasn't
And
really
I
sure what
thought
that was.
maybe that's basically a loop that would go around your ear to plug it in so that the damn things won't fall out of your ears and you would lose them. Like that's why I was laughing at the Apple.
So kind of like some
Earbuds to
Bluetooth
wireless.
headsets have a clip that kind of sit over your ear.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It looked like those had them. I
Right.
couldn't
But
really
then when
tell.
we saw the subsequent pictures of it, they weren't wearing them looped around their ear at all. So,
But maybe it's an option. But if
Yeah,
it is,
hard to tell.
it's a really good design option because that was my biggest fear about these Apple wireless buds that they came out with is that they just look like they're just ready to fall out of your ears, and then you're on the bus, they fall out, and they're gone.
Yeah.
So
pretty expensive.
somebody
too.
steps on them or who knows. So, and I mean we could talk a little bit about the Pixel book.
Yeah, the Pixel book. I was looking at that thing and thinking, I just bought myself a Samsung S3 tablet because I needed an Android tablet to demo the Transformer HD from Enhanced Vision Systems, and now I have instant regret.
Yeah, I'll bet.
I want one.
Yeah, it looks pretty amazing. I mean, it's essentially the new generation Chromebook.
Yeah.
So it's a tablet with keyboard attached.
Can run all your same Android apps you've had on your phone. The nice thing is you can also have offline storage, so you don't necessarily have to be connected all the time,
Right.
which is really slick.
Yeah, solid state drive,
Mm-hmm.
i5, i7 processors.
Did they give us a price? Because I don't remember the price.
Yeah, I think it was around $9.
Oh, right,
about a
Yeah,
grand.
it was starting at $1,000.
Right, so that would be the
US.
low end i5.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, pricey, but
Especially for educations, because Chromebooks have always had the low dollar, $299, $399, in education. So
Yeah, I
they-
don't think that's meant to compete in that space, though.
That one isn't, no.
Yeah,
But,
this is-
the lower end Chromebooks have always been adopted by education the last few years.
Yeah,
Right.
this is probably going to go more to your your university student who wants a higher end.
Your businessmen
Device.
on the go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
although I don't know, depends what kind of business you're in. I tried setting up my my tablet to be kind of my remote office, so I could get into my QuickBooks and stuff with it. And it's just the QuickBooks on Android is just not quite there. So, which is a shame. That's more of a criticism
App thing,
of
yeah.
QuickBooks, but even so, there's still holes in what you can do on Android versus what you can do in Windows.
Right.
So I would say overall, I came out of this more excited about the Google ecosystem and the Google products. I mean, both on a geeky techie level, but also on an accessibility level. I think that there's some real potential here for all these products.
Well, and if people dig into it, you can use your Google Home to turn on your TV using your voice. You can cast stuff from your phone to your Chromecast, all using your voice. There's so much potential for this technology, and it's only a matter of time before more and more people embrace it, because it's not going away anytime soon.
I really like the little wearable camera, and I see all kinds of potential for that in the accessibility framework.
Now that was called the I forget, clip?
Pixel Clip.
Pixel Clip, yeah, I think so.
So if you're wearing this camera and you're walking around, it gets me to thinking of a device like the Buzz Clip, which is really a single function device. It tells you how far away you are from something. Something like that with the correct software behind it could be giving you so much more information. It could be telling you how far you are from something. It could be telling you who's approaching you. It could be telling you, it could be describing the street ahead of you. It could be giving you a ton of information.
That's very true.
If it was set up in such a way to deliver that in a meaningful fashion to somebody who was, say, visually impaired. You look at, okay, here's again the difference between an AT device versus a mainstream device. That little camera is $99.
Right.
A Buzz Clip, I think, is Canadian 140.
I think they said the Pixel Clip was $249.
Was it $249?
I
Oh
think
yeah,
that's
you're right.
49.
Sorry, I'm thinking of something else. Yeah, you're right. It's $249. But if you're comparing a single function device to a consumer device that could potentially do so much more, you get the economy of scale, which you need to keep the price low, and then on top of it, you've got that whole Google ecosystem that you can access through it.
Yeah, I mean, think how powerful that would be if you're wearing that and it's talking to your Pixel Buds.
Yeah.
And you've got the power of Google Assistant. You could literally be walking and it'd be like, oh, hey, look, Fred is approaching you. He's 20 meters away.
Well, even if you didn't have a smartphone or a Pixel phone or a phone that had, Google Lens or OCR ability, you could buy one of these cameras and use it for object identification in your house.
For sure.
There's a can of soup, can of beets.
It could be.
This is my prescription for whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Google Assistant and Google Lens, if that's all built into that, wow. It could really, really make a huge difference. Now, here's another question for you guys. Something else that they talked about with the design of the new Pixel 2 is that the ability to activate it by squeezing it. What do you guys think of that?
Well, I thought it was a little gimmicky until they said, I think it had the ability to intelligently discern the squeeze gesture.
Right.
So I don't think it's necessarily going to go off in your pocket all the time. It'd be interesting to see if you can actually calibrate it.
But again, in terms of mobility and accessibility, that seems to me like that's kind of a big deal. It would be because I imagine if you're blind and you're grabbing your phone, I mean, it can be awkward.
Well, that's why you need the earbuds thing. Just use your voice. You don't have to grab your phone.
Sure, but if you have your phone, I mean,
you don't have to grab your phone now.
That's true.
I can say, okay, Google to my phone right now, and go away, Google.
But if your phone's in your pocket.
Sorry, my phone's now trying to tell me something.
Your phone, my phone, Rob's phone, my Google Home.
I don't know why my phone didn't go off.
Because you haven't set it up.
So, well, I don't know. Do you think it has accessibility implications? Would that make it that much easier?
It's another option.
Yeah, it is another option. If you're nonverbal, that could be handy.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in a quiet space, it can be handy. Is it earth shattering? Nah, but
it's another option.
It's interesting. It's at very least interesting.
And I don't think they're the first to do this. I think HTC did this on one of their phones last year.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. What'd you think of the Daydream VR?
It looked cool.
Yeah, it's not what I'm looking for in VR.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm looking for in VR is augmented reality, not virtual reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I want the heads up display.
Yeah.
You know, as I'm walking down the street, and you know, I want it to tell me who I'm talking to because I can't remember names. You know, those are the kinds of things that would be useful to me. You know, I'm not a big gamer.
Mm-hmm.
But that's got to be coming,
Oh, it
because
is.
all these pieces are being put in place. They've got the
HoloLens
facial,
started it, you know.
and they've got the facial recognition stuff on the go. They've got the augmented reality built into the Pixel 2 phone,
Yeah.
and they've got the VR. It's all a matter of, and they've got, you know, Google Glass. So it's all just a matter of combining it into the right product. I don't think we're that far away from that, Steve.
No.
Yeah.
The other thing that was, you know, interesting, I thought, was the ability to broadcast
Yes.
to your home.
And again, Amazon started that.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can do that with the Echoes. You can say, you know, so-and-so, it's dinner time, and it'll broadcast it to their Echoes in the house.
See, so it's kind of interesting with the race, right? Like the voice assistant arms race, because, you know, there'll be an event, they'll announce a bunch of new features, and then the next manufacturer will take some of those things and go, okay, well, we need our version of that then.
Well, and that's kind of why I suggested we do the Amazon live tweet thing last week when they had their event, you know, because it would have been interesting to do a comparison.
Right.
But it sounds like it's all pretty much catch up anyway. So.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think Google is poised to be way out front on all this stuff.
Well, and the big thing I've always liked about the Google stuff is it's a more conversational experience. With the Echo devices, you have to enable the skills, and each skill has its own way of activating it. It's not a consistent vocabulary that you use to launch each skill. With the Google Home, it's, you know, hey Google, let's play a game. What game would you like to play? You know, and it gives you a list of options.
Yeah, and not only that, you know, I keep coming back to the Google Assistant and how powerful that is, mainly because it's powered by the Google search engine, and nobody can compete with that. It's like Google has like the keys to the digital library of Alexandria, and it's like you know, all the knowledge base is there, and they have the ability to harness that, and nobody else does.
What did they say? They started out with like 25,000 different search indexes or something, and they're now up to over 1 trillion.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
It is just nuts.
Yeah, the amount of data that they're sitting on between pictures and you know, voice recordings
and
text. Yeah, my God, there's so much.
Yeah.
Well, and what about, you know, and this, they didn't even really make a big deal out of this, but my mind was kind of blown to the fact that, you know, you're uploading pictures to Google Photos, they'll auto tag the photos for you
and make it searchable. Yeah.
Like what WTF? Like, honestly, like it'll be like, yeah, where are all my pictures of dogs? And you literally just type in dogs, and every single picture that's of a dog is auto tagged.
And unlimited storage for your photos. It's pretty slick. You're not having to pay for 1 terabyte or 3 terabytes. It's unlimited photo storage.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Well, that's our impressions of the most recent Google event.
If you watched it, send us your comments on it. We'd love to hear them.
Otherwise, we will see you for our next episode. Thanks for listening.